Good evening. It's 7 o'clock, and we have two meetings tonight, both scheduled at 7 o'clock. The first one is the Cunningham Town Board, and that will be followed by the Urbana City Council meeting. I'd like to call the Cunningham Town Board meeting to order. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Ms. Ammons?
Here.
Mr. Brown?
Here.
Mr. Jacobson?
Here.
Mr. Madigan?
Here.
Ms. Marlin?
Here.
Mr. Roberts?
Here.
Mr. Smythe?
Here by Skype.
Mayor Pressing.
Here. The first item of business is the minutes of the previous meeting, September 3rd, 2013.
Me too.
Carol Ammons.
I just want to make a correction to those minutes to reflect that the township assessor was also present, Dan Stebbins, and he was left off of those minutes. And I move
Okay.
approval.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second.
Any other additions or corrections? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That motion carries. The Committee to Verify Bills, Michelle Mayall.
October bills for Town Fund, including interim checks written in September, is $53,176.62. General Assistance Fund is $47,065.61.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion by Ammons, seconded by Marlin. Any discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That motion carries. Reports of officers.
I just wanted to let you know that I received a draft of our audit today, so the final with that should be done hopefully by the next board meeting,
Okay.
which you guys will get a copy of. And then Mr. Noblet will be here to answer any questions that you may have after you guys get that and have a chance to look at it.
Okay. Anything else?
Michelle,
Yes.
can we get that electronically instead of in a bound book?
Yes, I can send it to you electronically.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyone else? Oh, Mike Madigan.
Just a question about when we will receive that. Will it be in the Thursday packet that I receive in the mail on Friday, or will it be prior to that?
I'll send it to you as soon as I get it. I just got the draft today, so I have not had a chance to look through it, and then I had 2 letters to sign and get back to them. So as soon as they have the final, they'll come into the office, and then I'll have them email it to me so I can email it to everybody. So, and if we can't, address it at November's meeting, we can do it at December's. So hopefully, though, we would be able to finalize it at November's.
Oh, yeah,
but-
so it would be at the November Township meeting, so
Correct.
there'd be plenty of time. All right, thank you.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you. Petitions and communications. I don't think I have anyone who's filled out a card for the township, but is there anyone who would like to address the Cunningham Town Board? Apparently not. New business. Approval of increase of legal fees. Michelle.
I sent a memo to everybody by email, and I have requested that we increase Mr. Grosser's attorney fees. His increases have been, his last one was in July of 2008, and it was 1998 before that and 1990 prior to that. We did some comparables from our office, and the comparables we received were anywhere from $200, $225, $250, $355 per hour. And we currently pay Mr. Grosser $150 an hour at 6 months, or 6 hours per month. So we pay him $900 flat fee for 6 hours of work, and then anything above that we pay $175. So I am requesting that increases from $900 to $1,350 monthly fee, and that covers up to 6 hours a month at $225 an hour. Any time beyond the 6 hours to be paid at $250 an hour. A little bit of background, which was also in my memo is that Mr. Grosser has been the township attorney since March of '78. Since he has been the township attorney, we have never settled a case or paid out on a case. So there has been some major savings there with his services. He is also our attorney in the Carl tax litigation, as well as the city's attorney in the Carl tax litigation. And the other attorneys representing the other parties in that suit are paid anywhere between $250 and $500 per hour. So this is my request, is what I had emailed, and that's my proposal, that we increase effective November 1st, which he's paid in arrears, so it would be paid December 1st.
Move approval?
Okay, is there a second?
Yeah, I'll take the second.
Motion by Charlie Smythe, seconded by Dennis Roberts. Any discussion? Diane?
Have you budgeted for this
I have a
increase?
question, too.
It's in the budget. We put extra in because of the unknown with the Carl case and how many hours we're going to be put in there.
So it would be part of that.
No. The money's in the budget for it, for the increase.
Carol?
I just, I don't see, and maybe I missed it, did you give us the comparison cities that you compared this to, or are you just comparing to market rate in Champaign and Urbana?
We compared them. The director of accounting at the township, Michelle Heiger, sent out emails to attorneys local in Champaign-Urbana that do government representation, and we received emails back from those attorneys.
I have to say that I have a concern about increasing, not necessarily increasing, but I think I need a little bit more information to support an increase. We had to cut the township budget for services this year, and we passed the budget with cuts, and so I'm just trying to figure out, if we cut the services, how could we then turn around and budget for an increase in a per hour increase like this?
The services that were cut are not required by law. We are not required by law to provide. The only services that were cut were the social service funding, and that was due to us losing $130-some thousand because of Carl Hospital tax money. And I understand. I mean,
I think that's my point. That is
right,
actually my point.
right, which I understand, but also the budget that you were presented was not my budget. It was the previous supervisor's budget. So I had to go with what you were given, and then I had to back out $130-some thousand out of that budget. So I took office May 20th. The budget was approved when, July? I barely had 30 days to back out $132,000 out of the budget anyway. And the social service funding, we are not required by law to do. So I cut out of general assistance on both sides, and I cut out of the town fund administration.
So, and I would like to move for deferment of this issue so that I can look at it a little more carefully. I would hate to not support it, but I don't think I have a logical way to do so, and we cut the very service that the township is designed to give. And so I move for deferment on this issue.
I can second that.
Thank you. I'd like it to be back on the agenda for the next town board meeting.
Okay.
A point of order here. I'm not sure that the town board functions under the same deferral rules as city council. So it would probably be best to move to table this to the next town board meeting instead.
That's fine with me. We can table it to the next meeting.
Eric?
But a motion to table is subject to debate, is that
Yeah,
not?
yeah,
not
deferment
true?
is
Yeah.
not.
Right, okay.
So you want to withdraw the deferral motion, and we'll go
Well,
down?
I would not want to withdraw that deferral motion unless I have an actual ruling from a parliamentarian, because I don't know if that's actually factual in the rules. And because I don't have separate rules for the township board, it would appear to me that they fall under the same process that the city council does. Unless I have something actually to show that, I would not like to remove the deferment.
Who's
So-
who's the source here?
I guess does the clerk have the rules for the township in terms of deferral?
If I'm not mistaken, the township is working under the same as Robert's rule that the city council works under. However, I think that you need to remove one of them because it's not proper protocol to have both rulings on the table at the same time.
I think
Well-
the deferment was first.
So, what is your opinion on the deferral, that that's legal on the township as well as the city council?
A friendly amendment had been made by Mr. Smythe.
No, actually, I was just asking for clarification. I
Okay.
don't know if the deferral rule applies at town board, and that's what I'm basically asking.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, if there are two people that want to defer it, we'll defer it then. And we'll get more research, but I did check with other local governments. The school district pays their attorney $250 an hour, and much of this work is geared toward restoring the revenue that we feel is rightfully due the township and the city. So, I mean, that I think is the reason that we have Mr. Grosser, because he has done a fantastic job on this. So anyway, we will consider this at the next meeting, and we'll move on. I guess is
Can I
there
ask a
any other
question?
business? Yes, Michelle.
What other information would you like?
I can speak to you offline. The deferment is final once you make a vote on it, and then I can talk to you offline about other information.
I didn't know there was a vote. Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to. You only need a second.
Yeah, the deferral is, if there are two council members, then it's deferred.
Gotcha.
Okay? No discussion. We can't help discussing things, unfortunately. It's Urbana, you know. Okay, there being no further business, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you all.